All right, we're good to go.
All right, let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Truth be told, episode 4.
Yep.
Tonight's special guests are Ash Cash, Chetta.
Hello.
You feel me?
How you guys doing?
Vibing.
Awesome. So what are you doing in the quarantine?
Oh, that was for either.
Yeah, anyone.
I was waiting like.
Yeah.
Anyone.
In the house, washing my hands, same shit, different day.
All right. So,
letting my eyebrows grow out. You know, regular
y'all can hear me now? My shit froze for a second.
Oh, okay.
We didn't even know you was talking. We didn't even know you was saying anything.
I didn't even see your mouth moving.
No, my shit that froze for a minute. Word up. All right, so let's get it started, yo. So, you know what's crazy? I've fucking been on the phone with each one of y'all a gazillion times. I don't think I've ever asked either one of y'all this question. How did you start rapping? So let's start with Ash. How did you start rapping?
Like rapping in general?
Yeah, just in general. How did you begin rapping?
Basically, I started rapping in my room. I was so shy. Like I was mad shy. I never really like rapped in front of anybody before. The first person I ever rapped in front of was Shine. So Shine came over to my dad's
Sean
house.
Poe from Bad Boy, so they understand what you're talking about. Sean Poe from Bad Boy.
Oh yeah, Sean Poe from Bad Boy.
You got
or whatever.
Connects.
Yeah, because I definitely don't see Sean.
Let me get a feature.
So Shine came over and for Christmas, and this was mad bad. I wasn't doing that shit I was supposed to do, like what I want to do, and I was like, I think I want to make music. They're like, you want to make music? And I was like, yeah, I've been writing, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. So I read off one of my little rhymes off my book, and he was like, that's not so bad, you know, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. And then from there, I started making MySpace videos. Remember when MySpace was popping? Everybody had the music behind the back of the on their back screen.
Yeah.
I never had a MySpace.
You never had a MySpace?
Never had one.
I can't
MySpace.
I definitely.
So from the MySpace videos, Lux, Rex, and Lux's manager found me on MySpace, and then they introduced me to battle rap, and then from there, it was history.
Wow.
Okay.
So, Chetta.
I can't hear you, Peso. What you say?
I said, you start rapping.
It's kind of just one of those things that run in my family. I don't think it's a lot of males in my family that rap generally. So like growing up in high school and stuff, they would all like gather at my aunt's house and watch like Smack DVDs and all of that type of stuff, listen to Cassidy freestyles. And I was always just the only girl there. And I knew I could rap. I just never really tried. And I just kind of applied myself one time, and it was kind of a rap from there. I'm the only female, I think I'm the only female in my family that raps though, but that's kind of how it happened, just being around it a lot and the inspiration. Tried it, and that was good, I guess. Good enough.
Do either one of y'all remember that first rap you ever wrote?
I actually still remember a little bit of mine.
Let's hear how
embarrassing enough. I was like 12 years old. I think it was something like
I want to hear how whack that first rap was.
It was so trash, bruh. Look, it was something like I'm hotter than flaming hot, so I make your mouth burn, and when you hear my flow, you hit a U-turn. I carry so much 30-degree burn.
That shit trash.
Wait, that wasn't even all of it. Y'all being disrespectful right now. This is where the legacy started.
That shit was ass, yeah.
Forget y'all. Whatever. I got better, nigga. Practice made perfect. Forget you.
I found my old iPhone from like 2011, and I was showing Jazz. I said, oh my God, Jazz, why you didn't tell me I was trash? I found all my rounds for Tory Doe. I was like, oh my God. Decades ago. I'm like, yo.
What was some bars from your first rap ever though?
I don't even remember.
She remembers.
I know a lot of thing I was talking about was, my first rap ever?
Your first rap ever.
I remember talking about running from some Bloods in the Bronx.
What?
That's the running from some Bloods in the
How old were
Bronx.
you? And they were chasing you.
Okay.
I was in 8th grade. I was in 7th, 8th grade.
Oh,
What?
yeah. They was probably
Mhm.
younger.
This was when they was this was when they was cutting people up in the Bronx. They was $150 and niggas giving them, their little initiation shit on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Ayo, Mercy, what was your first rap ever?
Wow. I really don't remember what my first one was.
Nigga, you lying. You remember that shit.
I feel like both of them are lying because they came
No.
better than mine. So
Look. I'm gonna give y'all a funny story right now. They actually I started writing raps on the low. I had went through something one day. I was like 15 or 16. Some crazy shit that happened in my hood, and I was in school just like thinking about it, and I was just like getting so mad. So I actually started writing the raps on paper. So I go to the bathroom, and this idiot who y'all would know as the guy who brought out the paperwork with Lux and Clips, he was in my class. And
okay. Whatchamacallit?
Payback.
Payback, yeah.
Yeah. So we in class, I go to the bathroom, he shows the class the paper that I'm rapping on, talking about, yo, we got a rap in the building. So then the teacher start asking what's going on. The teacher reads it, and then I get sent to the office, and they damn near was trying to put me in the crazy house because of it.
why you get sent to the office? He was invading your personal thoughts.
Yeah, like I shouldn't have left my book out at the time.
He shouldn't have been giving a drop on niggas. They should have knew then he was that type of nigga.
So even
Man.
even from young, he was showing paperwork.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
I know, Mertel, you tried to write a few lines before. Don't front.
I did.
How
Let us hear it. I want
How
to
did
know.
it go?
No.
Oh, y'all some chickens, bro.
I
I rap mine, and it was talking about
back and
flaming
incriminate
hot.
me.
Like, y'all some chickens.
I really don't want this to come back and incriminate me. And
So
then
Chetta,
feeling like super negative with my black card.
yeah. So
Wow.
Peso,
Chetta,
wait a minute, Peso. Why you ain't answer the question? Because
I was just, I swear, I was about to
Literally-
say
Right, you
that.
are scared. We know you were voted to a rap.
Nah, listen. I asked the questions, I answered them.
No.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
Little do
brother,
you
we
know-
asking you
Hold
now.
on.
You've written a rap before.
No, you
Let
know
us hear
you
it.
know what's crazy? I never had a I don't have, this is the weird thing about me. I have zero music ability. I just know when something looks and sounds good.
So you mean to tell me,
hold
with all
on.
the talent you've
tell
been
me I
around,
ain't
you
hear you
never
rap
like
before?
tried to fit
Nah,
no bars at
I've-
home,
listen.
just freestyle and none of that?
I used to sit with my niggas and critique their rhymes with them and tell them like what to put in and what not to put in, but I can never write one myself. Like I used to really, I don't want to name names, so I don't want nobody to think I was ghostwriting for niggas, but I used to really sit with niggas and like go through their shit. They would rap them for me, and I would tell them what to put in, what not to put in. And
So you was ghosting ideas.
I
Okay,
could
you
have
was ghost
sworn
ideas.
I heard you on something ages ago.
Probably just me talking shit, but not rapping.
Okay.
Not rapping. Chetta, coming from Cleveland, man, what was some of the stuff y'all was listening to out there just coming up?
Growing up, man, they had like this whole cap rap type of style, like in early 2000s, like Fat Al, Pooh Gutta, like a whole bunch of Cleveland-based artists.
You wasn't rapping fast like Mo Ducks?
I wasn't, no, you know what? By the time I was old enough, like 12, 13, Bone Thugs weren't really popping like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was younger when they was kind of peaking. So no, it was a lot of Cleveland-based artists, when I was a teenager, like coming up and in middle school. But for me, like industry artists, I listened to a lot of like Lloyd Banks. I used to listen to his mixtapes and stuff a lot. Eve, I love Eve. Like that was my girl. Like when Kim and everybody else was out, I was rocking with them. But for me, Eve was the storyteller. She was
Eve
more.
was fire, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought she
Eve
was
was
fire
fire.
too. She was a lot more relatable to what I like to listen to. But Mike Jones, when he came out, oh my God, Swisher House, that whole era, it was real heavy in Cleveland. All you would hear is who Mike Jones. Like niggas was running that into the ground. That was terrible, but it was big in Cleveland. All of the chopped and screwed, all that, it was real big here, along with like I said, Cleveland-based artists. But for me, I always drifted towards, who kind of fit me better, who I like, and that would be like Eve, Lloyd Banks, Jada Kiss, you know, the rappers. That's what I listen to.
Yeah, I think coming from the Midwest, y'all got more like a melting pot of everything because y'all like right in the center of it all.
Yep, you get a little bit of everything.
You know what I mean? So Ash, coming from such a hip hop based family and being so immersed in it, like, did you feel the pressure to be like really good at what you was doing?
No, not really, because no, I mean, the funny thing is, at the time, I never always wanted to be a rapper. At the time, I actually started in a singing group. I can't sing, but when I was younger, I thought I could sing. Right. Don't judge me.
Listen, we had judging. You gotta sing. You couldn't rap, so now you gotta sing the song.
Fuck out of here. So before I started rapping, I was in a singing group. It was me and two of my cousins. So that's a lot of what I used to do before I was rapping. I was doing a lot of singing. I still listen to a lot of R&B. I'm an R&B girl. More than I do listen to rap. I listen to, you know, hella bitches that can sing, you know, the Mariah Careys, the, you know, the Whitney Houstons, the Janet Jacksons, and I used to dance. So I was doing a lot of like dancing and talent shows and stuff like that, and dance groups and things of that nature. I didn't really get into rapping until I started experiencing more life. Then I started getting into rapping, which was
more to talk about.
Yeah, I had more to talk about, which was in my later teens, like 16, 17, 18, like, you know, the end of like high school and stuff like that.
I got you. All right, so let's then go into how do we transition into how did both of you transition into battle rap? Let's start with Chetta. How did you transition into battle rap? Going from just rapping to actually being in battle rap.
Okay, yeah. It's funny that Ash said that, because when I was like 14, me, my sister, and two of my cousins, we had a group, and it was called Image. And they was singing. I was the only rapper. I always, like I said, the only rapper.
It kind of like started, a bootleg TLC.
Yeah, basically we was fire though. Hold on though, we was very coordinated. We was popping. It was four of us though, and one of my cousins. It was a guy. His name was Terrell, and my other cousin Rika, and my sister Dominique, and me. And it was like we was called Image, and we broke up like every week, like Destiny Child. It was very dramatic. We had like meetings in our basement at the table, and we were trying to plan stuff out. Somebody have attitude, and everything just fall apart. It was like 14, 15. It was terrible. But with that being said, my cousin, the same people I used to be around listening to like the Smack DVDs and stuff, he found a league in Cleveland, which was Bar for Bar. And he was rapping. His name Killer. He was rapping first. And it was like New Year's Eve or something. And he was like, I got this battle I'm doing. Y'all should come. And I was like, I want to go. I was telling my brother Berg, like, I want to go. He's like, all right, we're going to go there. And we went and watched him. And I just kind of like, oh, yeah, I could do this. And then my brother was like, all right, you got to get on the card then. And he put me on the card, and it was versus Tracy Hayes. And it was so terrible, bro. It was terrible.
So that was your first ever battle?
That was my first battle ever. I still can't watch that all the way through. Like,
still. Your mindset going into it though, because you're going from just rapping.
I didn't really, you know what? I think I was still trying to find myself. I think like my first 3 battles, I was still trying to find myself. I was still trying to find what works for me, because I didn't want to sound like nobody else. I didn't want to like mirror nobody's cadence or anything like that. So I just had to find me. I've always been aggressive. I just had to find a balance. I used to rap like people say I rap fast now. I used to be very, very fast. You had to listen or you wouldn't hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I think I was just really finding myself, but mentally going into it, I just knew it had to be bars. That's really all it was for me. I knew it had to be bars. It had to be punches, scheming, something. It had to be bars. It had to connect. It had to make sense. That was my whole mindset, and just kind of just finding what worked for me. So
was the confidence there yet?
Huh?
Was the confidence there yet in the beginning?
I don't even think I knew what confidence in battle rap was at the time. I was just trying to prove to myself if I can do it. You know what I mean? So like when I battled Panic, I think Panic was my second battle. When I battled Panic, I had the confidence then. The first one, I was just extremely nervous and just trying to see if it would come out the way I wrote it at home. So
I got you. Now where Ash was a little different, because I feel like I met Chetta more towards the beginning of her career. Ash, I met probably during, because Ash had came to an event. She came to Last Man Standing 1.
Yeah.
And she came to the event. I didn't know who she was, but she walked in, and I immediately went to Mercy, and I was like, "Who is that?" Because I was like, if she can rap even half of a bar, we're putting her on our next event. You know what I mean? Because she just looked like a star. She came well dressed, well groomed, and she just looked stage ready. You understand what I'm saying? And I definitely went straight to Mercy, like, yo, who the fuck is that? We need her. So
I remember when I first seen Cash on Queen of the Ring.
So Ash, what was your introduction to battle rap?
My introduction of battle rap was Rex. So I never really. So the first battle I ever really watched was.
Time out. If you was around Rex, there was some scumbaggy shit going on.
Lord.
No. So my first battle I ever seen in general was I think was J Mills and Mook. That's the first battle like that I ever seen. I never really knew that females even battled at the time. So when I was putting up my videos on YouTube, and this was after I transitioned from MySpace, I transitioned to YouTube. I started putting videos on YouTube. Rex hit me up, and he was like, "Yo, what you got is fire. I really think that you could battle rap." And I was like, "Battle rap? That shit is stupid. I'm not doing that. Like, them bitches is trash." And he's like, "Nah, I'm telling you." He's like, "Look up QB and look up Shane and Ashley." So I looked them up, and I saw Shane and Ashley, and I was like, I think I could do that. That might be a little bit easy. Like, I could do that. And so he introduced me to, what happened after that? No, before he introduced me to Debo, Lux's old manager, I forget his name. Whoever his first manager who managed him versus
Hollow?
Calico.
Oh yeah, because you know Lux goes through so many different managers. He goes through a different manager every battle.
Well, he's been pretty consistent with his sister as a manager. His sister's been his manager for a long time. But this man,
you can't fire your sister.
So
yes, you can.
I mean, you can, but you're gonna have to hear about it at Thanksgiving.
Don't matter. You're out of here. I'll see you next Thanksgiving. Talk to me about it then.
But yeah, go ahead though.
Lux was on a different kind of brand thing. He said, "No, you shouldn't battle. You should model. You should do something else. Like, you pretty. You don't need to do this. This, that, and the third." So then Rex hit me up a few months after that, and he was like, "Did you look into it?" And I was like, I did look into it, but I don't know. Anyway, a few months after that, he introduced me to Debo, and me and Debo chopped it up for a little bit, and I let him hear some of my bars or whatever, and he was like, "Nah, you could do it." So that's when I had the Tory Doe battle. Yeah. And then y'all know what happened with Tory Doe. Like, that whole shit was crazy because I was under the impression it wasn't going to be that many people there. So when I got in the ring and I saw all those people, I was like, oh my God, I'm finna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. I'm finna just throw up in here. It's over. Wow. And then that was my introduction.
But you know what's crazy? I hadn't seen, prior to you being on the trap, I hadn't seen any of your battles. Like, the first battle I ever seen from you was on the trap.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's really crazy.
So I just knew that you would look good on that stage. You understand what I'm saying? With Chetta, the story how I found Chetta, I was scrolling. It was literally probably 3:34 in the morning. With my social media, I do a lot during the day. So I try to give each one of my social media apps 2 scrolls a day. You know what I mean? Like, I try to just run through each one at least twice a day. So I'm late night. I'm just giving my Facebook a quick scroll. And I came across Chetta's clip in one of the groups, one of the Facebook groups. I texted Mercy immediately. I said, find her and get her the fuck out here now.
Oh, wow. And I was supposed to battle Jade. He hit me up and I was supposed to battle Jade, but it didn't happen. I was supposed to battle Jade. Me and Jade were supposed to battle.
Oh, Jade. I don't know why when you said Jade, I was thinking of Jade Ray.
But then that fell through, and in the way the stars aligned in the universe, we just so happened to get hit up by a nigga from Cleveland to come out to Cleveland.
City certified.
You're right. So then I hit Mercy again. I said, yo, get that girl Chetta on this card. And we finally went out there, and I seen her perform live. And truth be told, I really just went out there to that event just to see Chetta.
He says that all the time, though. I think he just be trying to, like,
I swear
make
to
me
God,
feel good.
I'm not getting up travel 8 hours for battle rap for nothing.
Now, let me tell you, Peso has his specific people that he wants to see a lot of times. Like, certain people, like, we'll put a whole card together. He'll be more hype for certain people. And when we was doing that card, Chetta, you definitely was the one that he was mainly hype about.
I appreciate it. Hopefully, well, obviously, I impressed the nigga, because here he is. But yeah, you know what though? Going into that, that's when I battled Miss Tosh. Going into that battle, I ain't gonna lie, I think that was probably the most nervous I've ever been with any battle. And I don't know if it was because I just had a lot of respect for Tosh, like even with like, her stumbles and stuff, I knew what she was capable of. And like for her to take me so early on, I think that was like my third battle. So I was nervous, bro. I felt like I had to bring pressure, and I think that's exactly what I did. I was rapping really fast. But
and you battled Tosh in Cleveland?
Yeah, that's when the trap came to Cleveland, and I battled after the Jade battle fell through. I ended up battling Miss Tosh in Cleveland.
Where you were supposed to battle Jade?
How because I know you said you had a lot of respect for Miss Tosh. What leagues were you watching around that time? Like being from Ohio, which is a place that really doesn't get a lot of shine in terms of battle rap. Like, what leagues were y'all really rocking with heavy out there that y'all were watching and y'all were just like, yo, you got to go watch this battle, go watch that battle, etc.?
Well, I know it's a lot of people that was only stuck on like the smacks and, stuff like that. But me, I watched everything. Wherever I could find a battle ad on YouTube, I was there. So whether it was something like the Trap, Queen of the Ring, that was always my go-to. I probably know every old Queen of the Ring battle by heart. Like I was watching it all the time. Before I wasn't even battling yet. I was just always a fan. And just watching it, just observing, not knowing that I was gonna have to kill a couple of these bitches one day, but how the stars align. I was watching everything, so it wasn't really. I was watching Grind Time. I was watching whatever was popping. I know for other people that probably wasn't like real deep battle rap fans, they would just watch the basics like Smack and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
What Ash? Who did you battle after Torrido?
Why you close your eyes like that?
Dweller, huh?
You close your eyes, you really had to think about it.
I really had to think about it. It was really a long time ago. Like,
who did you battle?
Dweller. My first battle was 2011.
Who is she?
Oh yeah, that was a while ago.
That was a long time ago.
She doesn't battle anymore, but she was pretty dope though. Dweller was cool.
Dweller. It was Dweller next.
So, Ash, did you do a sparring session?
That was my sparring session. I never did. I did a sparring session after the first battle.
Okay.
Technically, I'm the reason why they built sparring session. You're welcome.
You're a lie.
I swear to God, ask Depot, for real. I'm the reason why they built sparring session.
Before I seen you, it was a couple people that needed to spar. So if they said that, don't let them put that on you. Don't let them do that to you.
I appreciate you.
So, Chet, your first sparring session was Torture, right?
Yep.
Well, you. All right. So now that we to the point to where we got that light on you, you coming to New York, and I'm hyping you up. I'm on the phone with Veg. I'm on the phone with Myers Lansing. I'm on the phone with Debo. I'm like, yo, I got some shit coming for y'all. We're coming to New York.
Listen, let me tell y'all something.
What was your thoughts going into that battle?
That's what I'm about to tell you. Me and Torture is still my favorite battle to date. And I'm going to tell you why. That was the hungriest I've ever been. And it wasn't just battle rap generally. It was in life. I had, like, my house had just burned down. I had lost everything. It was around Christmas time. I ain't had enough of my kids. It was like, if I go out here, I'm about to cook a bitch. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. And then the way that it was set up, it wasn't a regular sparring session. Like, we didn't know who we was battling until we got there. It was just a bunch of random names on a card, and you found out who you was battling when you got there. So you just had to have 3 rounds of fire. And if you were smart, you would naturally have shots for everybody on the card. So something in me was telling me that they was going to put me versus Flawless, only because it was a battle in Cleveland they've been trying to set up for so long, particularly right before that card, right before the sparring session, I was supposed to battle Flawless. So I was already had bars for her on top of bars I was just writing, period. And then all the personal stuff happened. Going out to New York for that sparring session, I just seen red. Anybody that seen me that night, they'll tell you I was off in a corner rapping. Like I wasn't being social, I wasn't talking. Ain't no talk to me after I rap. You know what I'm saying? So I was overly focused. I think the most focused I've ever been. And then to get the outcome for her to be that hungry back and it made such a fire battle, I was more than satisfied. I was happy. I definitely was. That's one of my top 2, if not top 3 battles for sure.
What and I'm gonna say this humbly and with no disrespect to anyone, but what is it like wearing the female crown in your city? Because you all of this, for a lot of people who don't know, is happening within like a year.
Yeah, it was kind of back to back. You know what? Everybody say that. I never really say I'm the queen of nothing. I'm always real humble just because I always feel like I can improve, I can get better. I don't ever want to get too comfortable. I don't like being comfortable. It's not, if I'm comfortable, I'm not going to want to do more. I'm going to just stay where I am. And that's not me as a person. So I never really say that, but to hear it, it's I like it. You know what I mean? Let me know that.
It's just the truth, man. I mean, the work speaks for itself, and we're not saying that to talk shit or be braggadocious. It's just the work.
I'll say this. I know, like, on the outside looking in, if we just looking at the full package of who's got to thus far and accolades, all of that, I definitely take that crown. But I don't really care for it. Like, I feel like it's enough for everybody to eat. I'm in my own lane. I'm going to keep doing cheddar. I want to see y'all do good, because if it's more than just me holding the city down, it would be more of a force. So I'm not really with all of, I'm the queen of this, I'm that. But if you start talking that shit to me, we can pull some facts and I will smoke you. So
right, the stats speak for themselves.
Keep it cute, okay? Keep it cute.
So Ash, man, I got to ask you, we keep it a buck on here, man. Why do you have such a hard time remembering your rhymes, yo?
Yo, I realize I have anxiety. I swear I do.
Okay.
I think I have like some kind of, not even anxiety. Like for me, I used to be very self-conscious. Like I'm always worried about what somebody else thinks. Like before I battle, I usually call like 10 different people and let them hear my rounds. And then if I don't get like an immediate, yo, that's fucking fire reaction, now I feel like, all right, this shit might not be as good as I thought it was. So now I'm in my emotions, I'm in my feelings, and I'm on stage like, damn, this nigga just told me I should take this out, but I know that I can't take stuff out. Now the day before my battle, I'm taking shit out, I'm putting shit in, I'm redoing this, and they like, what the fuck, you didn't just, that's not the round that you just said. I'm like, yeah, well, it wasn't that good, so now I'm redoing it, and I'm doing it over, and now it's done over, and now I really can't remember it that well, because I punch so much in one round. For me, if I don't have time to memorize it, I'm not gonna memorize it. It's not like I'm not like a Clips rapper. You see how Clips got a build up and he go through a whole story, so it's easy to remember what you about to say versus me just trying to remember 40 punches in one round in 2 minutes. And then the transitions, don't even get me started with that.
And you know what's crazy? I thought Chetta was immune to this, but I seen Chetta stumble once and I was shocked and stunned.
I was going through things in life. Don't do me like that. And you had just threw me that battle. You know what's crazy though? I was a G about it because I still told him, I said, still drop it. You know what I mean? Listen, it is what it is. I said, still drop it. But in my defense, listen, I was going through things. You had just gave me that battle, and I think about a little under 30 days. So don't do me. But what I got out was fire. What I got out was fire, so don't do that.
No, no.
I think like
I'm just being real.
The best battle I've ever seen Ash in was oh my gosh, who was that girl that came in?
Who what? What you say?
You were wearing a red shirt.
Oh, Busy.
Busy
she
Monroe.
Was wilding on Busy. Oh my god.
Yeah, you definitely wild on Busy.
Yeah,
and you did it so nice.
And you know why I did so good with Busy? You know why I did so well with Busy? I didn't let a lot of people hear my rounds.
And you see,
I didn't let a lot of people hear my rounds, and I didn't let anybody dictate what I was saying. I just wrote it, and I said, well, if they fuck with it, they just fuck with it. Like, that is that's really the key to, well, I wouldn't say my success in battle rap, but I've realized that that's my weakness, is letting people hear what I have to say and criticize it and comment on it before I do it.
Yeah.
I gotta ask this real quick. Murtaugh, who's your favorite female battle rapper of all time?
Oh no, please don't do this. Don't do
Go
this.
ahead, answer the question, lady.
No. It's very it all depends on where I am in life and what I'm going through. Because some people,
you can relate differently.
Yeah, so. Some people, like if God forbid I was going through a breakup, I would go for the person that was bashing men, but not you.
Oh, listen, this isn't family therapy show. Like, save all of that shit for later.
Yo, he looked at her like, "What's on your mind?"
All right, never mind. Let's keep it.
Never mind.
I'll give you my top. I want to say 7.
No, we don't have enough time for 7. Let's do 3.
I was about to say, you can think 7. There's only about 10 bitches that rap. Just say all of them.
Let's do 3. Top 3.
You have, of course,
of all time. We're talking of all time. It don't got to be Chetta and Ash Cash of all time.
Chetta is in there. What you mean?
Say Ash Cash, and that's
don't tell me I can't be in her all time.
You know, thank you.
Her funeral.
Okay.
Shayna Ash.
Is this in order?
Wait, no. Who's the first one?
She said Farrah funeral. Is this
Farrah?
order?
Okay, Farrah. Okay.
Farrah and
Shayna.
Definitely Shayna.
And,
love her.
Damn, that third one is really, really crazy. Okay, come back to me for the third person.
What about 40, QB? None of them? Like, no.
No, not.
No, no.
Those are preference rappers. Those are preference rappers.
Mercy, who's your favorite female battle rapper of all time?
My favorite of all time.
And don't you dare say Miss Hustle, or else we fighting.
Ooh.
Here you go.
Don't.
That's who it is.
Miss Hustle.
Face though, look at his face. Oh my God.
On the comment tonight.
It's a Harlem thing, though. It's a Harlem thing.
I don't care. It's gonna be a couch thing.
You know what though? I found, and this off topic, but when y'all brought Hustle up, it kind of took me back. I found Queen of the Ring watching Hustle freestyles on YouTube. That's how I ended up stumbling upon Queen of the Ring. I was watching Miss Hustle. She was younger. She was a lot thinner. She ain't have all that booty and stuff then, y'all. She was young Hustle, but she was fire. And I would watch her, and then Queen of the Ring came up, and that's how I found her.
I think, honestly, I don't know. I probably have to let Hustle talk about this, but I think she got into battle rap from my man Nemesis.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
I think she actually got into battle rap from him, because I remember he used to tell me about her when they was working on music. And I think he got her into battle rap. I don't know. She might have to tell a different story, but that's what he told me at the time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Let's talk about this. This is a big topic in female battle rap. We got to talk about ghostwriting. Personally, I know both Ash Cash and Chetta Styles. I can confirm neither one of them have ghostwriters, or neither one of them have had any type of dealings with that. But why is that such a big black cloud in female battle rap?
Why is it a what cloud?
Why is it a big black cloud in female battle rap, ghostwriting?
Because we already don't get a lot of respect. We don't get the same respect that the men get. So for you to come up here and talk like this is you speaking what you're saying, and then all the cocky shit that typically comes with it for most that do the most, like, bitch, sit down. This ain't even you. You getting amped off somebody else's pen, off somebody else's talent. Like, you can't speak talent when that ain't even you. This is me.
But you know what?
If you criticize me at any level in my battle rap career, you can only say that you only seen me get better. You'll never say that I sound like nobody. You'll never have nobody coming out the woodworks saying that they wrote for me, they assisted me, they gave me no ideas. I write alone in my room like LL. It's all me, okay? So if you in battle rap and you not writing your own shit, you don't need to be in battle rap. You don't need
but
to
it's a lot of men that don't write their bars either. It's a lot of men that get help. Like, it's crazy.
It's a lot of dudes that get help, but they,
I've sat around a group of like 6 battle rappers, and they help each other. And I don't mean like help each other, right? I won't say, but they, I would never, like, I barely even, like, when I let people hear my rounds, I just say, tell me if it's trash or if it's not. That's it. I don't let nobody. I will hang up the phone. I've hung up the phone on plenty of people that tried to give me better advice on how to structure things. Like, I'm good. Because I don't want nobody to say that I don't write my bars because you told me a different trend. Because, you know, one word can make a haymaker. Nah, don't thank you. Let me figure it out for myself. But it's sad that, you know, we can't even get help like that because it looks like we don't write our own rhymes. And these niggas,
or niggas just be thirsty to say that they helped you and try to make it seem as if they wrote for you. I think it'd be a lot of that too. I don't think every female that's been accused of having a ghostwriter has a ghostwriter. I think certain situations, it could have been some bitterness or bad relationships, whatever the case may be. But majority of them bitches definitely have ghostwriter or had them at one point in time. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? And we already don't, like I said, it go back to respect. Like, we'll never be viewed equally amongst the men on a URL level or any type of level that you get credit for just being nice generally when it's not you. It's not you. That you get like the little cute bitches, they throw in a little booty short, show a little ass, can't rap a lick. A nigga give them a couple bars, they think they the best now. But then when you get put on the spot and you got to really battle a bitch, you done fell out with this nigga, now all of a sudden you go ghost. Disappear. You disappear. Like, but you getting opportunities that a bitch that's really at home writing their own shit could have had. It's like, if we can go on and on about this shit, the politics, the all that, bruh. Like, it'll never be fair because these bitches don't respect themselves, and that's where it starts. If your mama ain't teach you that, then you're gonna have a hard time in life generally. Wow. You not making them respect you, therefore they don't respect you, and they will not respect you. And by them, they mean us, because we all under the same umbrella. So the ones that are fire and that's nice, they gotta work extra hard. You gotta write 10 times better than certain niggas, and you still probably won't get the credit you deserve fully, but just to get recognition, just to get a little bit of notoriety, you're gonna have to be 10 times better, and they still gonna say you regular.
And it's a domino effect.
Then you'll see a nigga on URL or King of the Dot somewhere, and they been flipped your bar, but they ain't gonna mention that.
You know what? I do totally agree. I think that the scrutiny is unfair because there have been dudes who have been outed for having ghostwriters.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, when a female gets outed for it, it's like looked at 10 times worse.
Yeah.
You know,
but that's the history of women. There's nothing we can do about that. That's the history of women.
Because it starts with self-respect.
I feel like the women get it worse because it's less female battle rappers. Like, when you think about it, right? Females can kind of, like, if you're a female that battle raps, it's easy to shoot to the top just because there's not that many active at one time. So when
why I'm not at the top then?
It is.
Look.
I get better every time. I tell you why, but I'm gonna let you talk first. Go ahead.
But you know what? You know what it also is though? It's also relationships.
Yep.
It's relationships and it's building relationships. Because I'm gonna be honest, as not so great as I am, I'm pretty sure I could still get booked. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. It's relationships.
Definitely
it's sad to say, like, you know, it's politics, it's relationships, it's also
popularity,
also how you carry yourself. Popularity, it's also that too. Popularity, it's you know, I don't know. Some of these bitches, they kind of making it hard for us, you know, doing a little, you know, to get up to the top. So they, you know, they making it a little hard for us, you know, just a little bit. But you know, it's also about like how you talk to people, like being outgoing and, you know, getting your footing and talking to people. Like, what's up?
You gotta just know. I think it's you're making a great point. You gotta know how to build them relationships. You gotta know how to build them relationships.
With females, you know, there's already that disconnect with just women being in a position that the men should be. And you know, the men.
No. Let me correct you a little bit. I think the disconnect is the fact that women are doing something aggressively that's pretty much tainted. I mean, pretty much put towards only being a man thing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a female on stage rapping aggressively. You know what I mean?
Even you know, you're not supposed to be aggressive. You're supposed to be nice and soft and
there you go. Yep.
Sing your little R&B tune. It's always the rapper and the R&B artist. It's never the rapper.
Yep. That's what it is. Yep.
Come
a
on.
lot of that.
It's really crazy. But you know,
It's just weird to me because there's a hood everywhere you go. There's a hood.
Really,
There's hood
though,
bitches
really.
everywhere you go. There's bitches dropping off fucking keys of coke everywhere you go. So I don't never understand why they think that women can't do or don't do what men do or can do. We do it and we do it 20
They don't want
times
to
better.
hear it. They don't want to hear it. That's what it is.
You
I don't
know?
think that.
All right, so
they don't want to hear it.
let me be totally objective, right? I've been to 2 Queen of the Ring events. Both of them were for when Chetta was battling, and they have been drama filled both times I went. Why is there so much negative energy at female battle rap events?
Well,
Because
women don't know how
females.
to not.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, for me, I think it's because females generally, I'm not going to say females generally because that would include me and Ash too, but most females generally have like a crab in a barrel mentality. They feel like they got to pull each other down to get to a certain level. And with that, it come personal relationships that went bad, people, burning bridges, then it become personal drama. And, once it's at that level, they don't know how to leave it outside of a battle rap event. Because I only know you because of battle rap. So if we got personal issues behind that and I see you here, they just got to learn how to be grown, just to sum it up, in my opinion. But it comes from having a crab in the barrel mentality, thinking that they got to react or overreact to certain shit.
It don't just be them. It also be a lot of the league owners not being professional, not being as professional as they can be. Politics and building relationships. Sometimes when you have relationships with a better, battler, and then you start, telling them more information than you really should be telling this person because technically y'all doing business, that's kind of where it fucks everything up as well. And then women don't know how to build a bridge. A lot of women, like you say, I don't want to put this in a generic statement, but a lot of women don't know how to get the money and go. Like, this is a business transaction. Like, a lot of women don't know how to just be like, yo, this is a business. Let's make this money. Let's do this, and the third. And, like you said, the crab in the barrel shit, like, no other women want to see other women win. And that's so weird to keep it going. They know how to go and get their money and be like, fuck it, we'll fight after the event. You know what I'm saying? So...
I mean, why?
It's like they feel threatened by each other almost and don't know how to handle it. Like, they don't know how to just get what they came for personally and keep it going. They got to worry about why she got more than me or how come she even getting that at all. And just worry about yourself. Worry about yourself, mind your business, and have a plan so you can get. Peso taught me that. Have a plan so you'll be able to get what you want out of battle rap. Have a direction you trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be cool with people, but if you can't vibe with them, then don't force a vibe. And now you got all your mess everywhere and that fuck up your brand. Like, now y'all here looking crazy. You arguing on Facebook and exposing. Like, come on now. Like, be grown, be women, be queens. Stop being so catty and corny.
And I think that's the one thing I've been like big on both of y'all with, is just understanding how big of an entity you are beyond this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like this shit is just a pedestal or a platform to get to that next level. Like, people who...
It's a stool.
Definitely.
Think about it. Chetta did more than a year than most of these chicks did in their whole careers. You understand what I'm saying? And that's real shit. You know what I mean? And that's simply because we put together a plan and we executed it and we made sure it worked. A lot of people don't see the work behind the scenes. We didn't
rush it because it was a lot of opportunities that came in between. It just didn't make sense. It didn't work. You know what I mean? Right. As to where we was like, if we would have took every opportunity that came along for me, I think I would have got to Queen of the Ring probably like a year later and did half of what I was able to do when I got there.
That's a fact. But a lot of people don't see that work behind the scenes that goes into it. A lot of people don't see that plan and that part of it. They just see you out there and they wondering, well, how the fuck did she get on that royalty stage? Well, because we put in that work to do that. You understand what I'm saying? That was what we sat down and talked about, and we put together a game plan and we made sure we executed it properly. That's where that comes from. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see that part of it, man. I can still see Chetta. She's frozen on my end.
Is she frozen? Yeah, I think she's frozen.
Yeah, I think Chetta froze on her. Yeah, she froze on her.
She froze on y'all too? All right,
Yeah.
hold on. Give her a second.
How can you on?
Oh, she disconnected. She gonna come back probably.
Oh. She got to come back.
Yeah.
So, Myrtle, what was the last female battle you watched?
The last one that I watched was actually what's her name? The new Barbashian.
Oh,
Kylie Jenner.
KCJ.
KCJ and what?
Oh,
Miss Murr.
Merc?
Yeah,
Yeah.
her.
Okay.
But, my third one is official.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. My number one all time is QB Black Diamond.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, QB.
She's fire.
QB, I was gonna put her on my list, but she is. At times, I feel like she takes it a little bit too far with the disrespect.
Nah, she talked that shit.
No.
That's why we got the preference.
There are times.
Shit, yo.
She's not for everybody.
Let me tell you something. I'm not a woman beater, but if I haven't had to argue with her, I'll probably hit her.
Who, me?
No, I'm talking about QB Black Diamond. Like, she talked that shit, yo.
I don't know what happened with my computer, but it's doing some other shit. I don't know.
No, you good.
There's a lot of people
I had to call on the phone.
A lot of people are using the internet, so it's
it's kind of out of whack. I had to use my cell phone.
No, but we was all right. So let's get into this next topic right here, man. Queen of the Ring gets a lot of criticism. What do I said? Queen of the Ring gets a lot of criticism. What do y'all think they could be doing better?
Worrying about themselves.
I ain't hear. What she say?
Worrying about themselves, basically. They so worried about talent going other places and talent.
Other
places.
You gotta focus more on their own brand. I agree with that.
You know, not really, not like it's almost like they want to be the sole reason why somebody blows up. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to say it again.
Or they looking for some type of extra. Well, I ain't gonna say looking, but it comes off like they feel they deserve a certain type of extra credit every time you do something or have your hand involved in something.
Like they need to, you know, like it's half their fault and half the battlers' fault. It's like they didn't keep a consistent growth of smaller battlers. They didn't keep a consistent growth. So now every time they got new battlers that's coming up, they either disappear or they not really grooming them how they can be grooming them and paying attention. They so worried about, don't take a battle in RB, no, you can't do that. Or don't do this and don't do that instead of trying to groom them to be better. So I feel like they could, you know, pay attention, you know, take a smaller group of females instead of trying to grab all of them at one point. Like, look why URL is so efficient in making smaller stars into bigger stars. They take their time with grooming them. They take, you know, small classes of 3 to 5 instead of trying to take 10 new girls at one time.
No. We got to keep it funky. I think the small leagues is what really grooms the talent.
They are.
I can say that. But that's what I mean also about Queen of the Ring not allowing the battlers to go outside of their league.
I'm going to say this publicly. The big leagues, whether it be Queen of the Ring, URL, RBE, or King of the Dot, none of them groom or develop talent. The small leagues do that. All of these guys and girls have to come somewhere first before they even get there. Mm-hmm. So before you even do a PG, a GZ, a 1SK, a sparring session, you have to come somewhere before. You have to come from somewhere before that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's what small leagues do.
That's the problem, though. So they finding these girls and they finding them doing one battle in the battle league behind the building, and they're not letting them groom themselves. They're not letting them go to these other leagues and take these other battles. And then on top of that, they're not telling them that it's okay to do so. People think that once they get to Queen of the Ring, that's it, that they made it. And they can't do nothing else. Then they start charging $10,000 and shit like, Bitch, you got one battle. How? Why?
Well, I'm going to be quite honest. I've tried in the past to book female artists, and some of the prices they have named have been fucking absurd. Going to be completely honest about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be honest, to be fair, as a woman, there are certain things that we are going to require.
You know what?
We're not going to come on your league looking all dusty and everything like.
No. And you know what?
I'm require money and still look dusty.
No.
That part.
Chetta stupid. No. And not to cut you off, Martel, I'm going to keep it funky. One of the realest conversations I've ever had with a female in battle rap, besides Chetta and Ash Cash, obviously, was with Vixen from Milwaukee.
Uh-huh.
Me and her had a real honest conversation just about the game and everything. And she was probably better than most niggers. She was able to articulate and break down why she charges what she charges. You understand what I'm saying?
As you should.
Right. And she made it make sense for me, yo. You know what I mean? Like, that was probably the first conversation I've ever had with a battler where they can articulate from a business standpoint why they charge what they charge. You know what I mean?
She has a plan. It's a reason why she's not just charging on a whim or trying to pay her rent. Like, you know what I mean?
It wasn't just a made up number. It wasn't just some shit she just threw out there. She came up with an exact figure that made sense for her. Now, whether I was going to pay it or not, it's a totally different topic. But I'm just saying, it made sense, though. You understand what I'm saying? If more battlers could do that, I feel like most of them would be at a better advantage of actually getting what their fee is. Because at the end of the day, as a league owner, me, No Mercy, or no other league owner could tell any battler what they're worth. That's up to y'all to decide. We can only figure out what makes sense for us from a business standpoint. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And you have to take talent and not make false promises to them. Like, I've never told Ash or Chetta anything that was, I never sold either one of them dreams. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've been straight up. This is what it is. This is where I want you to go. This is what we can do. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes with leagues like Queens of the Ring, they get a little bit too in over their heads, promising so many girls things that they can't fulfill.
You know what, though? I think that they at the time, they probably intend to fulfill those things, but it goes back to like what Ash said. They don't take time to really develop the artist to the next level because they've already been developing on the smaller leagues, like you said. But when you
was just on the main stage. What are you talking about?
You said what?
Chetta, you was just on the main stage. What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about generally.
So you talk about everybody else. You ain't talking about you?
No, I'm not talking about me, but I was just, look, don't do that. You just made me lose my whole thought, bro.
You was just on the royalty stage. What are you talking about, yo?
I didn't mean me. And even being on that stage, I still don't.
But even so, she was still groomed.
You don't mean nothing for real.
By y'all.
Right, let's
groomed before she got on royalty.
I don't think they take enough time given some artists, like, you know, that may be worthy of getting to a certain level, like in battle rap. I don't think they take enough time individually with them. They'll get somebody, they'll get a hot battle, you probably won't see them again for a while. Or if you do see them, they battling somebody that it doesn't really make sense. So now you don't really have a follow-up fire battle. Now nobody is really interested in this person anymore. And then if they start asking for certain people or certain names, if they feel that will push them more, I think you gotta give the battle rappers motivation. If you're giving them battles that don't motivate them, you're not gonna get the best them. They're not gonna push themselves. They may take it because the opportunity, it may lead to a greater opportunity, but the battle itself does nothing for you. Hello, I was on the royalty. Like, come on now. It doesn't always make sense. So you got to take time and give the artists worthy opponents that's going to push them forward and not keep them stagnant. A lot of people are stagnant, in my opinion, because of that.
No. I hear you. But what I'm saying is this. As league owners, and Mercy could agree with this, we don't have the time to figure out what's going to push your pen. You understand what I'm saying? Like, listen, if we come up with a matchup that we think...
Make it make sense. You don't have to, like, analyze it and break it down completely. Just make it.
So Mercy, let me ask you this, Mercy. If a battler comes to you and says, I need an opponent that's going to push my pen, how do you go about that?
Who you think fire pen was? Give me that person.
No,
9 times out of 10, if somebody goes to a league owner and says, "Hey, I need somebody that's gonna push my pen," you know the person is asking you that. You know already. No, you're supposed to give the options. What you mean? I done sat with Mercy and said the same thing.
No, but
I didn't have these conversations.
But Ash, you're a special case though because you're actually trapped.
You're a special case, but I'm saying, but that's what I mean. Nobody else is gonna go to a league owner and tell you that unless they're cool, unless they already know, unless they've already been being built. Like I'm pretty sure with PGs and shit, when they be asked talking to P and talking to them and shit and saying like, oh, I want a better opponent. You know, they already know their roster. They already know. You should already know your talent. Like, I'm not just going to go to ARP and say, I need somebody that's going to push my pen. He going to be like, bitch, the fuck?
No, listen. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm speaking from a league owner's perspective. We do not fucking know the answer to that question, yo.
Then they wouldn't be asking you that question.
Behind it. Like any other time.
They wouldn't ask you that question then.
Let me say this, being that I'm one that deals with a lot of bookings. I've had a lot of guys that, you know, come from other leagues. They might come from a We Go Hard, a Kali, or, you know, another small platform, and they'll say they want to battle on a track. Cool, let's work on something. I throw them the opponent. They watch the opponent's footage and then say, oh, I need somebody that's going to push my pen. Bruh, you came to me. I didn't come looking for you. You understand? So if you come to me asking for a plate, you want the opportunity, obviously. Take the plate. If he's that whack, show that you could beat him, and then we move you on to better things. And we have a track list to prove that this is what we do. You understand? You done watch Excel and Gyms and all these guys go from battling no-name dudes to getting big opportunities. And then they've left the trap to do bigger things. So if you come to me looking for the same opportunity, battle who I throw in front of you, smoke them, and then we continue moving.
Right. But as a league owner, we can only decide what matchup makes sense for the platform.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's all I was saying. Make it make sense. Like, for the once you get to a main stage, like Queen of the Ring or Smack, or some of the matchups don't make sense. So you may not get a full, you know what I'm saying, them on their highest level that they can be on.
Because they be limited.
Really motivate them. The opportunity.
They a little limited, though. You know? That's why.
They
don't do a lot of unisex battles. Like, they a little limited. So they just be putting whatever matchups the fuck they got left. Like, all right, so we gonna put these two together.
But they would have, this is what I'm saying, if they took the time to actually give the new, like the fire up and comers, give them opportunities that make more sense, so you'll know they'll be able to face some of those other people, those bigger names. And then you'll get like a fire, you know, matchup, a younger, new school, whatever, versus a vet or something like that. You got to start giving
you know what? Also, that be the battlers' fault. It be the battlers' fault too at times, because these bitches, like I said, they take one plate and then be thinking that they supposed to get hustle. Like, bitch, you had 2 battles. Relax.
Yeah, you gotta work for it.
They don't be one to put the work in.
Don't jump the gun at all. I don't mean jump the gun.
Niggas have one good battle and one good. Let me tell you, they'll have one good battle and a Calico will retweet it and be like, "Oh, that was such a good battle," and now they'll be like, "Oh, I need 40 bars." Bitch, there was only 10 people in that room.
Right.
Including
yourself. Who's gonna pay for this?
Can
you get a crowd in?
Hold on. Let's give a perfect example, right? Because I feel like Chetta came in with a fire class of talent. Like, I was there for that sparring session event. Chetta was on the initial one when she battled.
Who was in your class?
A lot of people. Unique, Torture, Beatrice.
Unique was in your class?
Yeah, she shouldn't have been, but she was. She was in there. This is what I mean.
Wasn't she
before you would have gave Unique, I think, like an opportunity years before that, maybe a year or before that, she would have been somewhere totally else, probably found more motivation to stay consistent in battle rap. So, you know, being stagnant or not getting certain places.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now she not even motivated to do the shit. She don't even want to come back, but niggas want to see her.
Right. It was the white girl in your class. I forgot her name.
Oh yeah, Dina Brass.
Okay.
Tony wasn't in mine. She came around that time.
I
Tony
think
Blanco.
she came after you, didn't
She
she?
came right after.
No,
Yeah,
no,
like
no.
right
She
after.
was in the event. She was in the event right after that, though. No. Tony Blanco was in your class because she was in the Smart Session event right after yours.
Yeah, that's what I said, right after. So yeah, she was. Yeah, I guess that will be considered a class then.
So, all right. So what I'm saying is this, right? So, boom, Chetta comes in with that class, a crop of very talented females, a group of dope MCs. You know what I'm saying? Torture is one of my favorite new girls. You understand what I'm saying? So she came in with a dope class of MCs. But when the royalty card comes out, Chetta's the only one on it. Not because of politics and bullshit, just because of the work that led to that
She's
point.
consistent.
You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand, you got to be willing to put in that work. I think a lot of times artists artists get in their own way sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? They really do. They get in their own way sometimes. If you just continue to put in the work, continue that dialogue with that league, we patched in with Queen of the Ring. After Chetta's first couple of battles, she could have battled all over the place if she wanted to. Because the opportunities was definitely there. She could have battled on any league she wanted to battle on. We patched in with Queen of the Ring. We sat, we talked. Chetta, you remember that call when it was me, you, and Deep Wonderful?
We had a lot of calls,
like an hour.
a lot of calls, a lot of long-ass conversations about why certain things made more sense.
We patched in. We said, listen, this is the road that we're going to go on to get to where we want to be. You understand what I'm saying? And it fucking worked because if you look at the whole class Chetta came in with, she was the only one on that royalty stage.
Mm-hmm. The plan definitely probably was more. Our plan was probably more effective, yeah. But at the same time, I can't say that 100% because I'm not sure if some of the other girls was offered certain opportunities that just fell through. Because a lot of that happened.
No. Let's keep it a buck. You and Debo don't even get along. So
I mean, we get along. I cuss his ass out. We get along though. I don't have nothing against.
I think we all cussed him out at some point in our careers. I think we all did.
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, it got to, like I said, you got to stop overthinking shit. Number one, stop trying to make it about everything else except for the talent. Just keep it about the fucking work, yo. Let's get to work. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I ever preach. Let's get the work going. If the work isn't enough to get us where we need to be, then we'll keep working until it is. You understand what I'm saying? Period. That's just what it is, yo. You know what I mean? So let's get into royalty. The royalty card comes out. Your name is on it. What was some of the? It was a lot of shade being thrown, a lot of hate. What was some of the backlash you was hearing from the royalty card, Chetta?
I didn't. You know what though? I've only heard that it was like shade and stuff going on. Well, I've heard the shade, but it wasn't directly at me. So I didn't really like take offense to it, or nor did I pay extra attention to it. But from what I did see, it was just a lot of, they feel with that being the first Queen of the Ring card that merged with URL, it should have been more vets on the card, is what they were saying. Now, what Queen of the Ring had going on at the time with the vets, not my business. Don't know, don't care to know. But that was just the general shade that I was hearing with that. So I didn't really care. I was on it, so I was lit.
Yeah, right. That's all right. That's all we give a fuck about.
That part.
I didn't care.
That's all we give a fuck about. You know what I mean?
And I feel like with the royalty card in itself, okay, you're talking about royalty, but and to go back to your question about why does Queen of the Ring get a lot of flack? How about all the other people that paved the way for Queen of the Ring to be where it's at? Why wasn't QB on there? Why wasn't E Hart on there? Those people are royalty. Those ladies paved the way for Queen of the Ring.
Because they probably couldn't afford it.
Hold on. Let's ask Mercy that question. Why Mercy? Why do you think they wasn't on that card?
Well, I know E Hart had a RBE battle around that time.
All right, but it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be because
it should not be like that.
But Queen, you got to think about it. Queen of the Ring is not consistent at the moment. They be having mad fights. They be losing mad venues. I'm pretty sure they lost hella sponsors. They can't afford all them bitches at
Queen
one
of the
time.
Ring is ghetto. Let's just say it. They're
ghetto. It's ghetto.
It's ghetto here.
So,
I mean,
what
they ghetto.
What they Ghetto. It's ghetto. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna get not saying that the girls that was on the card is the lowest bunch. What they're gonna do is they're gonna grab the girls that they have the best relationship with, so they can get the best deal out of them, and then grab the new girls that they know they're not paying anyway, and try to make money.
let's be. Listen,
I
listen,
ain't saying
listen,
that you ain't get paid.
listen. No,
You probably want as much as they would have had to pay somebody else.
Make that clear.
Listen. Let's be clear about relationships, though. Relationships doesn't necessarily mean friendships. Like, we don't all have to like each other, yo.
Not at all.
You understand what I'm saying? And let me clarify what I said earlier, because I don't want to put like a false narrative out there. Debo and Chetta are fine. Do they bump heads? Yes, because they both have two strong personalities.
I cussed his ass
so
out.
yes, they do
I don't got
bump
nothing
heads.
against that man. I was just
Right.
they
Listen. They're fine. So I don't want nobody to run off and think like they're fine, but they just bump heads. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, it's not so much about like, we ain't all got to be buddy, but if we all sit down and agree on something, let's make sure that happens. You know what I'm saying? Period. That's really all it comes down to. And that's the big thing about relationships. I think people get it confused to as people think, oh, we got to be best friends. We got to go hang out every weekend. We got to go fishing together. Like, no, it's not that.
Fishing,
Relationships are just strictly based off of two people
out of
coming
all
out of mutual
things, this nigga
understanding.
want to go fishing.
You ain't got nowhere to fish in New York, and you want to talk about going fishing.
I mean,
dusty ass Hudson y'all got.
I'm just saying, like, people get
Hold on. That was your dusty ass Hudson, okay?
I'm bougie. I got a beach now, all right?
Whatever. That's close.
Right. So like,
not all of them.
All right. So Mercy was there politics around the words even?
Well, when I interviewed Debo, he, as far as like for E-Hop, for example, he basically said it was a scheduling conflict. Like they had different dates scheduled around royalty. It kept getting pushed back, and then E-Hop just wound up, taking the RBE battle. So he said it wasn't no, politics enough with that. It just was a scheduling thing.
Look at my husband, the diplomat.
You know what though? I can.
ARP gave
It was originally a different date for royalty card.
So, but do we? All right. So let me ask all y'all this: do y'all think it was a coincidence that none of the people that were on that RB card were on royalty?
No, I don't think it was a coincidence at all. I'm gonna be real about it. I don't think it was a coincidence at all. On the outside looking in, me and Devo actually did have a conversation about it because I kind of agreed with a lot of what some of the girls were saying. Like I said, I started watching Queen of the Ring like when they first started, so I did agree that a couple of them definitely should have been on there. E-Heart being one, you know what I'm saying? So I think it could have been some personal pettiness up in there, but that's also probably not probably one of the reasons why Queen of the Ring hasn't reached its full potential yet. They got to learn to take personal feelings out of things sometimes. Everybody do it. Even anytime business is involved, like you said, we ain't got to like each other, but respect me and respect my vision. As long as we can get to the point we trying to get to together and it works for both of us respectfully, we can do that. We ain't got to like each other. I don't got to like how you move or who you around. Just respect my personal space and where I'm trying to get to. And we
right. What about you, Ash? Do you think it was a coincidence or it just so happened to be that way?
A little bit of both.
I'm so done.
I'm just saying, it's like probably a little bit of both. Like, you gotta think about it. Like, battle rap is chess, it's not checkers. So they probably had all of their offer. ARP is handing out some checks. I'm gonna go this way. Like, period. So I don't think it was a coincidence, but I can't pinpoint at who's the reason for why it happened the way it happened. Let me say that.
Okay.
I got you. What was Martel? Did you watch Royalty? Did y'all watch Royalty?
Yeah,
Martel,
we watched both events in a way to kind of support the females. Because the way I felt like they were it was like everyone was like, underneath one roof. And then because a couple of people said, you know what, we're going to see what this opportunity holds now. They've been separated from the group, from the bunch, from that.
So Marcel, which event you like better?
I mean, it all depends on, again, different factors. who was there, the energy in the room.
Oh, you
But
said Mercy was the diplomat. Look at you dancing right now. You dancing like a motherfucker right now, yo.
But who is
on
there?
both
The
cards,
energy. I'm like,
because on both cards you have people that I actually like and I actually, respect. So I can't just say, oh, and I don't want to slight one person and, you know.
Yeah,
just
she
feel the
dancing.
beat.
She
Yeah,
dancing. She dancing, Mercy.
for real.
She
I'm
dancing.
Listen,
doing a
I
heel
keep it a
toe
buck.
right now.
And
River dancing.
She
You know?
dancing right now.
in terms of the battle, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I thought the RBE event was better. That's it.
Okay.
It is what it is. Like the royalty battles, they were good matchups, but in terms of how the battles actually came out, they wasn't really that.
Yeah. I don't know what Torido was thinking.
Oh man.
That was
Yeah.
a crazy thing. But just the matchup alone was just like, but I think my favorite battle out of both events was Farrah and Clips.
Clips.
That was a great battle.
Yo, Clips, Ash, like, what was he thinking? Did you talk to him before?
Mm-mm. I didn't even watch that battle.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Let's go into Chet. So going into
Yeah.
Chetta. So going into the Diesel battle. Take us through that day. What was that day like for you
Let's
before the
go
battle?
through the day before, because we did the face off the day before.
Wait. When you found out you had Diesel, what did you think and how did you feel?
I wasn't.
Hold on. I'm the one asking the questions here. Hold on.
That was
All
a
right,
good
so Chetta,
question,
before the day, when you found out you had Diesel, how was you feeling?
Oh my goodness! What?
See, it's a man thing. It has to be a man.
All right, so
Islam boy,
I didn't. The opportunity was great, so I was excited with that alone. I definitely was gonna take it, regardless if it was her or anybody else. But her, generally, I wasn't impressed by it. But I'm like, okay, let's just see what I can come up with. Let's see what I can do with it. And, I'm here. A lot of people are not, so let's just take it for what it is.
All right, so I peeped that little shade just now, but let's go ahead now. All
Right.
right.
That was a general, like, great response. What you mean?
So let's go into the day before. What was the day before like?
The day before was the face off. That was the funnest part for me. I like to cuss motherfuckers out. And she was like, really on some cocky shit. She was at home anyway, and she has relationships with the other female battlers and stuff that was there. If not, they more familiar with her than they are me. So it was like my first time meeting my verse and all that. So I was just peeping the scene. But then she started trying to bark on me, and it was the face off, and I didn't know what to expect. Go away, I'm doing something. I didn't know what to expect, but she started talking shit to me, and naturally I started talking shit back, and it was funny, and I enjoyed it.
All right, so let's go into the day of. Now the battle was here.
Day of the battle. Okay, now I will say this. I didn't go over my material as much as I normally do. And it was only because I had rapped it so much at home, I was tired of it. And I felt like I was losing the energy behind it because I was so accustomed to rapping it. So I didn't want to over rap it. I wanted to give like a genuine amount of energy, like just raw when I actually do it. So I didn't go over it a lot. But when I got on that stage, first of all, I wasn't nervous battling her. I didn't feel no pressure. And that's probably why I didn't feel the need to keep going over the material, along with just being tired of rapping and shit. But when I got on the stage, baby, it was so many motherfucking people. I was, this is not the rain. This is not bar for bar. This is real smoke. Okay, let's do it.
Right.
And I started rapping. And, I kind of had to get the feel for it. At first, I ain't gonna lie, my first round, you can tell, like, I rap to not get through that round, but to really just see if they was gonna fuck with me back. And I had to work for it. I really did. I had to work for it. So by the time I got that first real ooh or I think it was the pump over the bag is out of service. That line, after that line, I was in my bag then. I was feeling myself. But then in my second round, they reacted to a bar I didn't even think they would.
the way that they would, and I had to bring it back, and I had to bring it back again, and then it was just like everywhere. Then I lost it. So that's what that was.
Well,
but that third round though, I was cooking shit. I was in my element by the third. So I'll say generally,
Now that the footage is out, how do you look back on the battle? Now that the footage is out,
like I said, I broke it down the way I did because every round made sense. I seen it back now, so when I look back at it, I definitely feel like I could have did better here. I could have slowed down there. I could have just been more aggressive here. There's a lot of shit I could have did differently. But overall, I'm satisfied with my performance because the bars there naturally they always are. But I know why my first round was like not a lot of energy. I know exactly why, so I can't even be hard on myself. I just have to put myself in the mind frame of knowing got to be consistent. Got to be consistent energy-wise. If you're going to be up here, you can't be starstruck by the crowd. You can't like not expect them to act through certain things. You got to be ready. You got to be completely ready. Ain't no excuses, no none of that. So I definitely feel like I could have did better. It wasn't 100%, but I'm satisfied thus far. I did better than a lot of other people would have done.
Got you. Now that we in this whole quarantine thing, and like a lot of dudes are doing a lot of not dudes. I'm sorry, a lot of battlers are doing like video battles. Looking back on it now, just really like reflecting, how important is crowd reaction in battle rap? And this is a question for everybody. How important is crowd reaction?
Very.
I realize that even when I'm watching a battle and it's just like the video, I'm like, I'm not getting the same feel of it. Like I've watched battles that I've been present for on YouTube, and I don't feel the same way without being in that room. If I'm not in that room, I don't feel like the crowd reaction, just like looking over to my left, my right, and I'm just seeing everyone reacting to the same bar that I just reacted to. And it's really different for me.
I appreciate them.
Without the crowd, it's just like boring.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I appreciate them. Like that B-Dot and Rum Nitty battle, like B-Dot's fucking rounds. Like I felt like I was at the event in my house. Like I was going crazy. Like this is crazy. This nigga's retarded.
Make your own crowd reaction.
Huh?
Because you make your own crowd reaction.
Yeah, that part. But I don't know. I'm a bar person. I pay attention to the smallest things. I pay attention to the word association. So for me, without the crowd, I kind of like it better because I can hear everything better now. I can hear everything that you're saying versus somebody behind me like talk to the I don't know, flat booty hoe, or talk that you ain't gotta watch shit. Like nobody wants to keep hearing that shit. You know why you like sometimes I can't concentrate. I'm like, could you shut up? Like be quiet. Be quiet. I can't hear. And then you can't rewind it back because they just standing there now. You pissed because you missed like 8 bars. So I miss events, but I appreciate the video battles. I'm gonna say that because I do low key kind of miss a little bit, like a smidget.
You just made me realize something, Ash. When I watch these battles, because I'm kind of the same way as far as like the stuff that I listen to. Like if you're watching a battle, like let's say the B-Dot versus Rum Nigga, right? If you're watching a battle where it's just the 2 rappers, the person should be rapping good enough to where like you're behind your phone saying, "Oh shit, that was fire." But the problem is some of these guys just can't rap.
They not good enough. That's that you can tell who is a rapper and who is a like needs crowd support. Yeah, like you can tell who can really rap versus who can perform. Like it's a difference. So some of them like it's mad boring.
Revealing a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
for real. You could tell a difference. Like, I mean, I don't know. You could just. I don't know. To me, you could tell a difference. Like, because a lot of people do a lot of performance bars, and you just like, that probably would have hit better if it was 300 people in the room. But being as though it's just you in your kitchen with the microwave behind you, it doesn't really do so much. So, yeah.
You know what? For me, I think I appreciate both equally. Probably for some of the same reasons, but more so because I'm on both sides. I'm a fan first, so naturally I'm going to react if you're fire, but I'm a rapper too. So I'm rapping to make you react. Of course, I want your crowd reaction. I'm rapping to impress you. I want you to feel where I'm coming from. So I'm rapping for your reaction. So yeah, crowd reaction is important. But if you just fire, you can make a motherfucker react with just you. If you really know how to rap. So if you do better in a crowd and then it's just you and your camera and you're not really shaking shit, you probably not that good.
Okay.
Like,
Not that good. And that's just being honest, because a lot of people probably, like, if you got it, let's say you got a fire pen, but you're not really a performer. You know what I'm saying? And you've been battled in crowded events and all that, and everybody tell you did well. They just, you could have, you know, you just not it. But then you at home and you feeling yourself. It's just you. You're not a great performer in the crowd, but you at home, you feeling yourself, and they feel differently. They feel differently about it. And maybe that's because you're more in your element when it's just you. You're just not a great performer. You can rap, you just can't perform. You like, it's not impressive. It's okay. Regular.
You can still be impressive and not being a performer, okay? Because that's totally me. That's my vibe.
But that's what I mean, though. That's why I appreciate both.
Grand old time. Right?
That's why I appreciate both, though, and that's what I meant by that. Because you can have a fire pen, but be slept on because you don't really perform. So if you do a video battle, I'm able to see that you actually fire. You're just not a performer. But I'm also able to see if performance carried you and you're not really a rapper. That's why I appreciate both sides.
So do you think that the seatbelt line that Tay-Rock said against Hollow, if it was just like right now on video, do you think that it would receive the same reaction with everyone watching it at home?
No.
It depends on what you look for.
No.
It depends.
No,
a person.
No, without crowd reaction, no. No, because he had
the reason I think what made it so fire, it was right on time for that crowd. It was the energy. He fed them energy.
No, but he had to do this. See, that's one of those lines that you gotta perform out well in order for it to execute properly. You have to perform that out. If he just gets up there and he just says it, it does not hit the same way.
Because I know for me, when I heard that, like I felt, because I wasn't in the room when that happened. I was not at the event, but I felt like I was there. Like I felt like I went back in time and I was in the crowd watching it happen.
Like I'm gonna give you a perfect example of when performance comes in. We all know Shotgun Suge isn't the best performance, but there isn't the best performer in battle rap. But when he said the line against Av, when he said, I'll do construction on Av with a jackhammer, he had to perform that out in order for it to hit the way it did. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you just, certain lines you just can't say. Like, you know what I mean? You really got to give
he had to paint a picture with it. If he didn't paint a picture for you, it would have just been like, okay, we get it, but it's not fire. Like,
you really got to get animated with certain lines in order for it to really hit. You know what I mean? I just think it got it. But one thing I do want to say, though, I think battle rap has to get to a point to where it is about rapping again. Like, I feel like it's about everything right now except for rhyme skill. You know what I mean? Like, we've gotten away from the part of who can rap better. It used to be about who can get up there and who can rap better. You understand what I'm saying?
It's oversaturated now. That's why they don't really care about who can rap. They care about who's gonna entertain them. And by it being so popular, you have a lot of people that's fans of battle rap, but they don't really understand bars generally. They just like the idea of people rapping back and forth with each other.
But you know what? I feel like everybody's getting on stage now and trying to figure out like what rabbit they can put out the hat. Like literally, everybody's getting on stage with a magic trick or something.
Yeah, they're trying to be extra.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's the viral thing. It's the viral thing. It's the social media thing. Now that you can become popular off a run one. It's like, look at this guy talking about this little kid, or talking about this guy's daughter. He's getting all the notoriety. He's not a good rapper. The round was trash, but he's getting all this notoriety because he talked about somebody's kid like a pedophile. But at this day and age, that's all you need to do.
Oh my gosh, she's so cutthroat. I love it.
No. That's not all you need to do, because that 5 minutes comes and goes.
It comes and goes, but I'm just saying, all it takes is for you to get another opportunity.
Yep.
It comes and it goes.
You keep doing wild shit like that, it starts to become your thing. It starts to become your thing. Yep.
Shitting on stage, fucking bringing cakes, and
dressed like a
all
slave,
types of wild shit. It comes and it goes, but look how far it goes. Look how far you can go doing it. Technically, all you need is one time to go viral before you start motherfucking requesting, I don't fucking know, clothes on Instagram to get paid to do. All it takes is like one time. So these niggas don't really be rapping to be like, oh, look at me, I can rap. They're like, look at me, I can do this. So let me gain all these followers and do all this other shit. It's not even about skill anymore. For the league owners also, it's about money too. They not about booking people because they're really good rappers. They're about booking people because they want to know who can get them paid. Basically, who can they pay the most money?
Well, yeah. I mean, we cannot skip over the fact that it is a business at the end of the day. We can't skip over that fact. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like.
But
like
it's supposed to be a passion and a sport first, before it was a business.
I hear you, but if you book in a venue that holds, I don't know, how big is that royalty venue? That shit they do in Richmond, VA, Mercy. How big is that venue?
The top,
like 500 people.
It was big.
500 people?
Maybe, I'm guessing. I don't know.
I think
it looked like about maybe 500
probably because it was pretty packed in there. Probably it was a pretty big place. It's like 2 levels.
So you gotta sell them tickets. Like you gotta get them people in there. The event ain't the event if we don't sell these tickets. Period. It is what it is. Like once you get to that level, the way you book in venues of 500 plus people, you trying to get 500 fucking people in that venue.
Well, then we can't be mad if they booking a nigga that's shitting on stage versus a nigga that can actually rap. We can't be mad at that now. Because we booking these venues.
No, it's a healthy balance, right? A lot of people were like, okay, perfect example. A lot of people was shitting on the fact that 40 Bars was headlining the royalty event, being that she just came off a poor performance prior in the 2-on-2 battle, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 40 is different.
But you book 40 because 40 sells them tickets.
That part. But also, 40 has had really good performances.
No, fuck all that. We don't give a fuck about that right now.
But that matters though, because
that matters.
She had a fucked up performance, but she's also had a lot of great stellar performances. And niggas forget
that's a fact.
To mention that.
But we can all agree battle rap really is about the last thing you did. They don't give a fuck about what you did before that. It's about that last performance you had. That's what battle rap is about.
Yeah, it's true.
So that is true.
So the reason why 40 gets to headline that next card is because we have a big card and we need to get some fucking people in this building. That's why she headlined it. The reason why Cassidy gets booked again in Philadelphia after having a trash performance against Goods is because we need to pack this motherfucking venue up.
I don't even know why niggas coming to see Cassidy though. Like,
huh?
Nothing. Just a hot thought.
No, I'm just saying, listen, I'm just saying from the business aspect of it, I get it. Do I necessarily agree with it? No, I'm not paying to go see Cassidy, but I get it. I understand why. I understand why 40 Bars gets that main event slot against Miss Hustle on the next event after having a dookie performance the event before that. I get it. You understand what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do to put them heads in them fucking seats, man.
I feel you, but that also goes back to them not having many options anyway. They ain't got that many options. Like the female battle rap, there's female, like, I don't even feel like there is female battle rap anymore. I feel like there are.
What do you mean about that?
There are females.
Not enough of us collectively to say that there is a regime of female battle rap. You have certain vets that's still around that'll pop out. Then you got a lot of fire up and comers or girls that's just been fired but not really known. So you know they everywhere with it. It's not like a actual roster consistently that you can go to. You just gotta pull a rabbit out of hat.
That part. You just kind of gotta look around.
Type of thing. It's not really.
So
like and the problem came from they didn't groom the next few classes. They relied on the Farrahs, the Shunies. They relied on them. Now these bitches, you know, they got old. Not saying that they watched and they can't do it. Not saying that they watched and they can't do it, but
listen. No. This is truth be told. We're gonna be totally fair here. It's the same thing with male battle rap. That's why we're still seeing Arsenal, and we're still seeing
Arsenal version of somebody that probably just came in.
No, but they have a consistent grooming. They have a consistent grooming system. The PGs is a consistent grooming system. It doesn't stop growing.
Crucible.
They don't stop making stars. They let them. They have a place and a platform for them to go, for them to groom them and make them into twerks, make them into, bring the Chesses back. Give Chess all these small battles after he chokes and build him up so he can do a Born Legacy. They have that platform. There's not enough girls and there's no platform and no body to groom these younger girls into more potential, into something greater than what they could be. There's not that.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree.
So,
they don't have enough like sparring session events or closed rooms. They don't do a lot of those, and those are the events where the shine.
Are there enough female battles to put on the cards?
There's more than enough out here. But think about it: if they're not doing these events, you're not going to really see them. There's nowhere for them to get the opportunities. Like
that part.
You need a department. URL has that department where they consistently give. Now it's the Crucible. Before it was the PGs or whatever. They was doing consistent PG events along with main stage events. So they kept things in rotation. That's how you was able to still see Arsenal, but Arsenal versus Geechee. Geechee then came a long way before he got to Arsenal, but he's giving you so much in between that you see the growth process. So if you want to see it, it's a fire matchup.
And the girls don't want to work for it. There's a lot of men that did these PGs that didn't get paid for a very fucking long time. A lot of these PG niggas,
that ain't getting paid now.
They not getting paid. They not getting paid. Don't let them fool you.
Listen. We keep it funky here. 80% of these niggas on URL don't get paid. That's a fucking fact.
They not getting paid, period. They not getting paid. These girls, they not doing that. They think that you supposed to fly them out and you supposed to do this and you supposed to do that before they put in the work. That's why these girls is not passionate. They don't give a fuck literally about the culture. They just give a fuck about that these little top tier battlers is paying them attention. That's it. They don't really give a fuck about the culture or. So you
saying they be out here rapping for battle rap dick?
Facts, girls. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it.
It's not worth it, honey. It's not worth it. It's not.
It's not worth it.
I don't even
let
it go. Let that battle rap
dick go outside of it, but it is not. Honey, it is not worth it. It is not. Okay?
I wasn't rapping.
And they not even using battle rap for what it's for. Like, I just slide my foot in and out.
You can't use these niggas for nothing. They ain't got nothing to give, yo.
Use these niggas for something.
You know what?
That's fine with that.
Come on. Like, you can't even get nothing out these niggas. No.
Shit,
you gotta use the culture at least for what it's for. If you, like me, I know I'm never gonna be a Miss Hustle in the battle rap community. But I still fuck with the community because I still use the community. I use battle rap to get writing deals. That's what I use battle rap for.
But that was always the goal. Listen, keep it a buck. You're not gonna become as of right now today, nobody's gonna become a fucking millionaire for battle rap. So if you really sticking in this game, thinking that this is gonna be the ends or means for you, you're bugging. You're using this as a pedestal to get somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying? Like the shit Clips is doing a while. Listen. The shit Clips is doing a while out now. That's exactly what we talked about before he took the Averb battle. We said we're going to use this shit as a marketing tool to get you seen. And that's exactly what he's doing now. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta have I think battle rap is full of a bunch of people that think small. And that's why a lot of them stay stuck in battle rap. You understand what I'm saying? Like, battle rap is an amazing marketing tool if you use it the correct way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
DNA and K-Shine and their ESPN deal.
I told you.
Right. And that amazing. And DNA is one of them dudes who thinks bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really use this shit. Like, if you're gonna stick around and do something for 10 years, that's like, I'll never understand how somebody's okay at working at McDonald's and still just being the cashier. Now, if you're gonna do it to be the manager, the GM, the
to be the owner. motherfucker.
Right.
Right.
Like do it. Like do
Right.
it.
You
To,
can buy the McDonald's. People don't be knowing you can fucking buy a Dollar Tree. You can buy all
exactly.
this shit.
Do it to get to that next level. You understand what I'm saying? Don't do it just to do it. Do it to get to that next fucking level. You know what I mean? Mercy, let me ask you this: what do you think female battle rap can improve on?
Where can female battle rap improve?
Get some
I
females
feel
first.
like the overall promotion and marketing of female battle rap. Like I feel like they have to do more, just in terms of putting out content, doing more like face-offs and things of that nature. Because females can do it. Like when I seen Chetta do her face-off, I'm like, yo, Chetta is a natural at this. You
I
understand?
like cussing people out. I told y'all.
And I feel like because females have more passion, they can do stuff like that and it's going to come off more genuine and more natural. Like I've seen a lot of these guys do face-off and they're just sitting there just on some, yeah, we're going to battle tomorrow. I don't even care about this face-off. Like they literally will tell you that in the face-off. Like me and this guy, cool, we're going to battle tomorrow. We're going to put on the classic and then they probably going to go to the strip club after. But the females, they can sell it even better. So I think they need to, just start making more use of promotion tools like that.
Yeah, it's like the female battles definitely be more aggressive because they really don't fuck with each other.
Yeah.
I
You know
wouldn't
what I
say
mean?
that though. I have nothing against any opponent.
But they be going crazy though. That's the problem. Like they don't know how to be actors. That's really the problem. These niggas, they be acting. They not really finna go on stage and shoot nobody. I don't give a fuck how many niggas they done shot
but that goes back to female battle rap just needs more events then.
That's what I was gonna
They
say. I
need
was waiting
someone-
for the question to come my way because that's what I was gonna say. They need to just stay more dedicated to their brand, away from like you building relationships with other brands. That's fine, but you gotta focus on yours first. You can't bring a broken brand and ask somebody to help you rebrand it. Like, no, it's gonna become theirs if they rebrand it. It's not gonna be yours anymore.
Well, all right. This is probably gonna be the last thing before we get about it. The fighting at events. Like, what? How can we stop that,
These
man?
bitches don't know how to stop. They don't know how to get their fucking money, okay? That shit makes me, and I'm not even gonna lie. I used to be beating bitches up at events, okay?
I was just about to say that. Like, wasn't you snuffing people?
Let me tell you, but I came a long way. That was years ago. I came a long fucking way. I will walk by about 8 bitches that I don't like. If I'm walking in that motherfucker, let me tell you, when I battled Element Rhymes in LA, I think I was maybe the only person that got paid because a fight broke out and these bitches was fighting. I walked right in. I got my little bag. I made sure my friends wasn't fighting. I got my money and I fucking left. That's it. Now, regardless of how many times I told you I didn't like you and this, that, and the third, who gives a fuck? Go in there, get your money and go. Period. Why I gotta beat you up at the event? If we really need to fight really badly, come downstairs. I already know where you live. I have your address. Come downstairs.
No, I think the BB King shit was like a big black eye for female battle rap.
That was good.
Yeah, I think that was really bad. And that was the time when it got on my radar, and I was like, okay, yeah, something definitely needs to change. Because Vega's is a good friend of mine. Debo is my nigga, and I want to see them succeed. You understand what I'm saying? I definitely want to see them succeed.
They need to stay more dedicated to their brand. That's all I say. Stay more dedicated to your own brand. You know what I mean? Like,
and work out
all of the talent equally. Naturally, the newer girls are going to have to work for the respect that the vets get, but push the talent equally so that the fans will be more willing to accept them and give them a chance. Mm-hmm. If you're not really showing any new talent that often, they're only going to be used to what you're giving them. Like expand your brand consistently. Stay dedicated to it. That's all I feel needs to be done. It's more than enough girls willing to rap out here that can actually rap, that wants to battle, but it's nowhere for them to go. Queen of the Ring is the go-to. If you're not providing any opportunities for the up-and-comers, then where the fuck they going?
Yeah, no, and I agree. I think Queen of the Ring definitely needs to be more steady focused on having that pool of talent. But flip side of that is everybody has to do their part.
Yep.
You know,
girls have to promote themselves too.
Everybody has to do their part. You know what I mean? Like we're constantly looking for different ways to brand and develop and market talent, and the females have to do that also. You know what I mean? I think honestly, I think you get more real as shit in female battle rap because at least you know when a female threatens you, she might actually knock you the fuck out. You know what I mean?
But why we gotta do all of that? Like, you already know what the sport is about.
Because
like,
they already gonna try to play with you. That's why. I think that's why a lot of females feel the need to do it.
No, I actually seen two chicks tell each other that they gonna pop off on each other when they see each other, and they actually fucking did it. I said, okay, this shit is real.
But that's what I'm saying. Why does it have to result to all of that? Look at Hitman Holla. Look at A-Verb. Look at Daylight. Look at Clips. Look at K-Shine. Look at all of these niggas that talk shit to each other, and they can talk shit to each other, do business, talk shit to each other on stage, give each other a fucking pound, get they bag, and fucking go.
Right.
Period.
Nah, you're right. No, you're definitely right. We got to stick to, you can't fuck up the money.
This the thing though. Most of them people that's probably doing that, they probably not really getting no real bread out of it. So they don't feel they moving.
Then it's like, what are you doing it for?
Like,
so you
get your money though. That's the
here.
problem. She already said it. They don't know how to just get their money and go.
You know, or if they're not even getting no money.
Yeah.
Like, you done came all the way up here, didn't get paid, fucked up the event, fucked up the sponsors, fucked up your next opportunity of probably getting paid for what?
And I also think that, you know, again, it's like women in battle rap, there's already a consensus that women, you know, we can't do certain things. So you already have that in there. They already have that in their head. Now they coming in and they're like, yo, this girl's going to take my spot that now I have to work extra hard for. Mm-hmm. And now so there may be a little bit of aggression towards someone else, and they may not even be, oh, I don't like her. It may be something inside of them saying that, yo, I got to fight for my spot.
That's them being competitive. It's all about being competitive.
Yeah, but, you know, you got to take it, because now you got to prove to the guys that you're tough enough to be on that, you know, pedestal.
I honestly, you know what? I honestly think royalty was a step in the right direction in terms of the competitive nature. Mm-hmm. I would like to see more events like that. I'm not the biggest fan of this whole URL Queen of the Ring thing. I really don't get it. But because each entity can book these battles on their own. I don't get why do we need to team up to do this? Like, you know what I mean? But that's their business. I can't tell niggas how to run their business. You know what I mean? That's their business.
Niggas got the coins, bro. Niggas ain't got the coins.
What it is. It's the budget.
Niggas ain't got the coins. You need the sponsors. You need these bitches is requiring and requesting coins, okay? These bitches is not doing nothings for free. Not even the bitches that got two battles.
Especially like the ones that they really want to book because they've been doing this shit so long, they definitely feel like they should be getting paid. What?
No, listen, I totally understand it. There is nothing wrong with wanting to get paid, but you gotta be realistic though. You understand what I'm saying? Like if the whole budget is only 10,000, let me just throw a number out there. If the whole budget for the event is 10,000, how can I pay one person?
You getting a bunch of bitches. Then you also got to get the owners that don't mind. So I look at league owners and running that business like drug dealing. When you first sell your first set of drugs, you barely make any money. Niggas,
most times you take a loss.
You take a loss. The first 4 fucking packs you sell, you don't make any money. It's not until afterwards you make money. These league owners don't want to take the L. It's like Organic. Organic has said he's lost over hundreds of thousands of dollars. These niggas don't want to take the L for the culture, but you see where he is now. But do you see where he is now and where his league is now, and where he's at? If there was
I'm not blowing 100,000 on battle rap.
Not saying that, but look where he is now. Look where he is, and look at the money that he can make, and look at the sponsors that he can bring in.
Well,
you know, you gotta go before you walk.
Where we at then?
You know, this is where we at. That's the reality. That is the reality. That is the reality.
No, I get what you're saying. But listen, when it comes to numbers, battle rappers, you have to be realistic. You have to have a realistic number that can be met. Excuse me. And you have to factor in the fucking 30 other battle rappers that are on the card. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's come to a number, but let's come to a happy medium. I'm not gonna say the battle rapper's name, but Debo told me one battle rapper was trying to charge him $5,000. That's ridiculous.
Nah, what?
I want to know who the battle rapper is. It depends on who it is.
I'm not here to tell the people business, but that's
I
ridiculous.
know, but I'm just saying, if that girl has over 1 million views, then you've made what? What's the YouTube amount of money when you make after like 100,000 views? How much do you make?
YouTube bread is dead.
Okay, so you don't make that amount of money anymore. You don't make that amount of money
bread on YouTube right now. No, YouTube has an algorithm now that set the more advertiser-friendly content. So all of this nigger, gun, killing your mother, raping your sister shit doesn't fly on YouTube no more.
Yep.
So
see, I don't know about the game right now. I don't know. I'm a little lost. I'm a little out of the loop.
Listen, everybody can get paid. It just has, nobody's not saying battle rappers don't deserve to get paid. Every single one of y'all who take the time to, Chetta takes time away from her kids to write fucking raps, to travel.
Their ass right now.
Right, to travel and go fucking rap in front of a crowd. So yes, she fucking deserves to be paid. Nobody is discrediting that. But we have to be reasonable. That's all we're saying. We have to have a reasonable figure that makes sense. You understand what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm all about compromising.
Right, and that's really all it is, man.
It's realistic and it makes sense for that person. And then at the same time, if that person...
But here's the thing with skipping over, the money aside, I think female battle rap just needs to get the bullshit out the way. There was so much bullshit when that royalty card dropped, it wasn't even funny, yo.
Yeah.
Like,
focus
it was just
on your brand. I keep saying it over and over.
Or people just need to,
like, you got to fix your own personal brand. You can't grow it until you fix what's broken.
Right, but it's being supportive a little bit that has to go into it too. Why is it like, I felt like there was so much backlash about you. I would figure you would be happy to see a lot of these females.
Bitches be hating. That's why.
Basically.
Bitches be hating. That's the problem. They be hating and they be mad. Bitches don't know how to just be happy for a motherfucker.
That was just one card. Who's to say that before all the quarantine shit that they wasn't gonna drop another one and then get some of the vets on there and give other opportunities? Like, bitches just don't know how to wait their turn. They feel entitled. Like, it's not just always about you. Wait your turn. Let somebody else.
That part.
Right. No, and that's real shit. And we have this moment, we have this light. Let's celebrate this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is that light that a lot of these girls been waiting on. Like, let's celebrate this right here. But it's like,
bitches don't do that. Bitches
don't do that.
I'm
not gonna say all of them don't, because even with some of the messy stuff that was around the royalty card, E-Heart was still at that event supporting. Shayna was still at that event supporting. You know what I'm saying? So some of them really, they not haters. Like, it is what it is. They just supporting the culture and they'll wait their turn. And that's why they'll still get it one day. But some of them just do the most and, make a whole run amok up in the motherfucking place and make it about some other shit. And now you got more petty shit surrounding the event than you do actual good things. If more of the vets or just people, period, could have supported that card and pushed it positively, it probably would have got a better response.
All right, let's. All right, so before we get up out of here, let's show a little love. I'll be out the loop, especially when it comes to female battle rap. So tell me one upcoming female battle rapper that I should check out.
Reese, if you have it.
Okay.
She's not up and coming no more.
She's not up and coming. Reese is RX. She is not up and coming.
Okay. Who you think?
Yeah, I guess she's not up and coming no more. I guess you could say that. I don't really have another one, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't have anybody off the top.
That's the last up and comer that I saw. Like, that's the last one. Like,
yeah.
No, let me think.
It was Ricky and Coffee.
Coffee's not up and coming no more either. Reese is not.
But those were the people that,
Those were the last. That's the last up and coming class that I saw. Exactly. That's exactly why I said Reese. That's the last up and coming class. There hasn't been no other recent up and coming and not work like.
They just, because they had a The royalty card was a 2-day event, so they had like some up and comers on the second day event.
Where they went?
They had Nemesis and Panic. They had Yoshi G and Tony Blanco.
Oh, Yoshi.
Yeah, that's why I said that. She the one made me think of that. Yoshi and Tony Blanco.
Ain't Yoshi like the little Kim chick or some shit like that?
You can say that. She's very provocative. It sells though, you know.
Whatever she got to do to get her shit across, okay?
Yo, let me
These
tell you
other
something.
bitches is boring.
Listen, let me tell you something. I had said this before, and I think I said it in like the Atlanta group or some shit like that. I've never seen a girl rap, but I know who she is because she somehow knows how to fucking market herself.
That's
her
how
name is,
you know what?
These other bitches is boring.
This is why you know who she is and you never heard her rap. Because the way that she market herself, when you actually see her rap, it's all like it pulls you in, but the little motherfucker can actually rap. Right. That's what pulls you in. All the extraness around it, and then she know how to capitalize on that.
This is a male-dominated sport. She knows what she's doing.
She just gotta leave that drama alone, though, man. That drama turned me off. I can't get into the drama shit.
You live and you learn. It's hard to stay out of it when you first get in the game. It's really hard to not. I was the same way when I first got in. Look how many events I've been banned out of, how many fights I done got into. These bitches make you do that. They like I be calling these battle rap bitches the devil. Like they will make you want to beat their ass and make you not have no choice.
You sound like one of them chicks.
They gonna make you beat their ass.
They gonna make you not gonna call
make your own decisions, woman. They gonna make you.
They go.
Yo, Ash, you sound like the anger management didn't work.
It definitely did not work. What happened? They made me beat their ass. That's what happened.
How you trying to rationalize it that way? Yo, they made me do it. Like, it's like the devil on your shoulder.
They had this coming. In other words, I was gonna beat their ass and they had me fucked up. That's what she meant.
I'll be trying to work you. Listen, I've been delivered, okay? So I know how it is when you first get in this game. They will all try you.
I never had.
Will hop on a bandwagon. It'll be one person bothering you, and then when other people notice that it's this one popular person that's bothering you, they all jump on a bandwagon, and you just got to beat everybody's ass. But once you like whip one or two asses, they ain't gonna bother you.
You gotta beat everybody's ass.
Long story short, asses is getting beat around here. Okay, asses.
That's it.
What's some Marcel and Mercy? What's some up and comers, man?
I was gonna say Yoshi, Tony Blanco. She one of them.
Oh, I forgot about Tony.
I said both of them. I went down a little list.
For me, I because of royalty, I got introduced to Robin Rhymes.
Robin is not an up and comer.
Yeah, she's not.
For me,
Robin is old.
See, Robin is just one of those up and comers that should have gotten more light, and you could have seen her career a little more.
But she's not an up and comer though.
My first time seeing her on stage.
Really?
So now I just got interested in, her.
Okay.
I always seen her.
Did you go pull up some of her old footage?
Huh?
Did it make you go pull up some of her old footage?
Not too much, but she was good.
Yeah.
Okay. She's definitely not an up and comer though.
I mean, it is truth be told, so it's all true.
For me, I got two I can think of right now. I don't know why Torture wasn't on that royalty card. Was she on day 2 at least?
No, she wasn't. But that's why I said, not to speak for her, but that's why I made it a point to say, sometimes just wait your turn.
Wait your turn. It's a fact.
And she know why I'm saying that, but sometimes you just gotta wait until it's your turn to bat.
Right. No,
or wait for the opportunity.
And blue cocaine. I think blue cocaine is dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've never seen her battle.
Lady J, but Lady J not up and coming either. She another one of those people that just need more opportunities.
Well, I mean, I think you up and coming until you come up. So I think Lady J is still up and coming. Like, you know what I mean?
I would say that
the thing though, if there's nowhere for you to come up, if motherfuckers just gonna keep seeing you on the same platform and they just gonna recognize your growth and wonder why you ain't on the up it with the coming. And that's because there's no opportunities.
Well, no. I think Lady J worked. She did a couple of trap battles. Then she did
Really? I've never seen her battle before.
Yeah, she did 2
I
trap
heard
battles.
about her battle with Farrah, but I've never seen her battle before.
Yeah, she did a couple.
She battled Farrah, right?
She battled a couple people actually.
Yeah, and then she's been grinding. She's definitely been grinding. So yeah, I definitely would say Lady J, Blue Cocaine, and Torture. Definitely go check them out. You know what I mean? But all right, y'all, man. So you know that was definitely one of them talks. Let's get up out of here, man. Let's get everybody's social media. As give them all your social media.
Make sure y'all go catch me on Netflix. You feel me? On 100 Humans. Make sure you go check that out.
I watched it.
Yes, follow me on Instagram, Ash Cash Jones with a Z, ASHCASHJONEZ. You feel me? Trap or die. We done fucking build them. All right, bye.
Yep. Chat, give them your social media.
Mine's is not gonna be that well put together, but Chit Chat 035 on Instagram and Chit Chat on Facebook as well. And I think it's Chit Chat 032 on Twitter. Everything is Chit Chat. Chatting with the chit, you know, all that shit.
See, you got it. You got it together, please.
See, I had to do something. I had a little razzle dazzle. You know.
All right,
a little short.
A little bit.
Mercy, we gonna be back at it tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Tomorrow, 1:00. We got some spicy shit for y'all. Y'all want some drama? We got some drama on deck tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't have that. We don't have that over here. Sorry.
No, we definitely gonna have some drama.
Nah, y'all just beat bitches' asses over here.
Basically, they making you beat their ass. Don't forget that part. They thought their ass was being beat.
All right, it's been lovely chatting with you and Peso.
All right, guys.
Bye. Stay safe, everyone.
Everybody stay safe.
See y'all later. Start recording.